met with business yesterday to engage them on challenges faced by companies in an effort to dissuade them from disinvesting from the province. This follows Clover Factory's announcement of plans to close its Lichtenburg plant, citing financial losses caused by disruptions in electricity and water supply in their operations. The province has been beset with political as well as service delivery challenges, which have brought a paralysis to service delivery, hindering the restoration of governance after the province was placed under administration in 2018. Now, as if these were not enough, the Northwest Province was struck by a tragedy on Tuesday when 20 bodies of suspected illegal miners were discovered at 2 locations in Orkney. Northwest Premier, Premier Job Mokgoro, joins us to discuss these issues and more. Premier, good to have you. Thanks very, very much for joining us on the programme.
Good morning and thanks for the opportunity.
So let's just get the latest from what's happening at the mine there. Police said in a statement they were investigating the cause of the deaths regarding the bodies of men suspected to be illegal miners who were found wrapped in white plastic bags with severe body burns, is what we're told, bringing up the case of these basically obsolete shafts into access to zama-zamas. What is the latest on this?
Well, certainly quite a gruesome discovery we made earlier in the week. As you said, discovering these 20 bodies, 5 at one spot and the rest at another spot. And this is clearly linked to zama-zamas. The bodies, most of the bodies were identified by the very zama-zamas, where they would either have a name on the bag carrying the body, alternatively have a cell phone number. It is something that has been with us since 2018. I believe that they moved over from the Free State to our province. It is quite a menace. Apart from the fact lives have been lost, there is a lot of illegal mining that is going on. It is quite a sophisticated operation, which I believe also has connections with international syndicates. But since it was uncovered in 2018, the police have been hard at it. Recently, I've now been intensifying an integrated approach where I get all the relevant departments involved, including involving Lesotho officials, because most, if not all, of these Zama people are from Lesotho. The challenge is that they also get into communities around the mine, which incidentally is a mine that has been that is no longer in operation. Mingle with communities, and from time to time there is shooting out that happens. So yes, it is a matter that we're grappling with, and I think with the passage of time, we have no choice but to break his back.
Yeah, well, I mean, it really is a very disturbing story when you read the issues surrounding it and the bodies found in plastic bags and, you know, all of these kind of things. We know that there's an inquest that has been opened into this. So how long do you expect that this will take? Have you had an update from the police as yet?
Yeah, the police will keep briefing us. We'll have a further detailed briefing by the police. But a number of them have been arrested. The matter is in court, and we hope that with this arrest, we'll get sufficient intelligence information on this, and through international cooperation, we believe that we'll be able to stamp this out. And as I said earlier, apart from international cooperation, within the provincial government as well as local and national government, we're joining hands to stem this out.
Let's move on to an issue now. Another issue is Clover operating in the province, raising concerns about water, about electricity, about poor road infrastructure, which has basically increased their operational costs. What is the status regarding Clover after the conversations with the provincial government?
Well, we're presenting a number of options to Clover. Incidentally, discussions had been going on between the municipality and Clover over the past 6-7 years, unbeknown to us as provincial government. We have the problem where the Constitution, in terms of Section 151, provides for autonomy in respect of local government. And unfortunately, not only are these municipalities terribly weak, sometimes the ethical conduct of these municipalities, both councillors as well as managers, leaves much to be desired. So you have this constitutional provision, which makes it, in many instances, difficult for government to really get in and aggressively turn things around. But having said that, we have now said to Clover, as a provincial government, and to the extent necessary, the national departments have also raised their hand to work with us. We will ensure that the services that are essential for the businesses within Clover get the necessary services such as water, a proper road infrastructure, as well as ensuring that ESCOM provides electricity directly instead of electricity being sold by the municipality after getting it from ESCOM to various businesses. But not only are we targeting Clover and prevailing on them, if they're living all together, we will also be negotiating some arrangement where the current or former employees, given their skills and experience, would be able to continue either as cooperatives or whatever form of business. We are discussing these matters. But apart from Clover, it is important that we make sure that other businesses in the area don't vote with their feet, like Clover is threatening to do. Lichtenburg, which is the Chobota that we're talking about, is quite a strategic and nodal area from a business point of view. We have about four mines there, cement mines. In addition to cement mines, we have Northwest Corporation, which is quite a huge business operation, which in itself operates retail, wholesalers, and other businesses. We have Toyota, and in this particular area, we have Toyota's regional capital. It services other big towns.
Premier, I thanks, but we understand what you have operating there, but I think what we really need to get to the bottom of is the dire situation that your province finds itself in. I think what Clover has said, and you have jumped at Clover and the fact that they are a big corporate and big corporation. However, this is something that your people have been complaining about for a long time. Lack of electricity, water supply, the roads are in an absolute state. And the province finds itself generally in a very, very bad state. And one would absolutely assume that this has a lot to do with the political challenges that we are seeing facing your province. I mean, you speak about the Ditsibotla local municipality where Clover is located. You've just said this. And you look at what's happening there. I mean, the situation of the two mayors after Daniel Buthelezi, who was unseated in December, was reinstated by Mahikeng High Court in January. But a new mayor, Tolofelo Morero, has also been elected. I mean, already been elected there. I mean, when you don't even know who the mayor is, in fact, who is the mayor?
Well, that's absolute madness and irresponsibility on the part of the municipal leadership. And as a province, we actually are in the process of taking the necessary legal action, because that is the only way one can, put to a halt the circus that's going on there.
But you're the premier. You're the premier, yes, and you're calling it a circus. So, I mean, are you not the ringleader?
But I'm just telling you, I am the premier, but municipalities are autonomous in terms of provisions of the Constitution. I can only use the law to deal with matters such as this, and I am in the process of doing that. If you take action as we do take action, they go to court. They use the very resources that are supposed to be used for service delivery to counter action that one takes. I can only go to court. I can only intervene through the legal instruments that are available to me.
Okay, so this leads me to this question. Who is actually in control of government processes? I mean, let's have a look at that, because it was reported that you wanted to reshuffle the EXCO after you made an assessment and issued a report. Is it true when you told the interim provincial committee that they blocked the reshuffle? And earlier this year, the IPC decided to suspend you and another 4 members for disregarding the position of the party during the election of the chair of chairs in the legislature.
Yeah, well, the truth of the matter is that I need to consult stakeholders before I can ultimately do the reshuffle. That, unfortunately, is the reality.
I mean, there are reports by institutions such as the provincial Scopa basically showing that corruption continues stubbornly despite the Section 100 process. Who are the people that have actually been brought to book for all the billions that were lost in corruption that led to the breakdown in services in the province, leading to the Section 100, other than former Northwest Finance MEC Wendy Nelson, I think Public Works Head of Department and Roads, Pakiso Matupi, and Health Department Head of the Head of Department of Health, Thabo Lekalekala. They had been fired for fraudulently awarding a 30 million rand contract to the Gupta Link company. Who else has been fired?
Well, there are a number of others that are not in the list that you're mentioning, which we have referred to the SIU, to the Hawks, and they give us progress reports from time to time. Unfortunately, the entire country is gripped in corruption, and so the capacity of these law enforcement agencies is just not able to match the huge demand because of the extent of corruption in the country.
Yeah, but one can only look at what's happening in the Northwest Province and basically say it's not only in a state of inertia, but there's progressive decline of service delivery. I mean, it's reported that the unauthorized, irregular, fruitless and wasteful expenditure increased from 4.5 billion in 2018-19 fiscal year to 5.7 billion in 2020-21. What's going on?
Well, as you say, the extent of corruption is debilitating. Service delivery is suffering, and we continue to work day and night to fight against this. But fundamentally, the people who have been elected and appointed are simply not fit for purpose, especially with regard to integrity and ethical conduct. And this is what we have to do business with.
Premier, I mean, your province has been under administration for 3 years now.
For 3 years now.
What's been achieved under your care? You say that people are useless and they're not doing their jobs. What are you doing? There's a contradiction in your question. You can't say that my province has been under administration and then you start asking me those questions. But nevertheless, what we have been able to achieve in respect of audit outcomes, which really talks to the issues that you have just highlighted. With regard to provincial departments, which are directly under my control, notwithstanding the Section 100, out of 10 departments, we've been able to achieve unqualified audits for 7 or 8 departments, which is quite significant because it's an outstanding achievement over the past 5 years. And if you look at the elements that are involved in an audit outcome, it is virtually the entire administration. Yeah. So that I think this is one aspect that shows you that certainly there is movement forward.
But I think in all fairness, if you look at the question of stability, yes, from time to time you see offshoots of instability here and there, but by and large, for the past 3 years, there's been stability in the province.
Premier, I wish I could carry this on. We've had to move so fast to this interview, and that's because we need to take a briefing from the acting health minister live on the vaccination process in South Africa. But I really do hope we can invite you again, because we need to get into some of these issues that we've spoken to. But we appreciate your time. We thank you for coming in to talk to us about some issues that are plaguing the province. That was the Northwest Premier Job Mokgoro discussing challenges faced by the Northwest provincial government. So we can see that the briefing has started. There's still an introduction. Let's quickly take a break. When we come back, we'll take that live.